Good morning. Welcome to Champion Reads, where we look at the best books of today, delve into them, and see how they apply to our lives, how we can learn and grow from them, and what they can do for us. We are brought to you by Champion Circle, where you can amplify your life, amplify your goals, accelerate your goals. You can find out more about Champion Circle at mychampioncircle.com, where you can find information on our in-person meetings, our new virtual meetings, and little get-togethers and activities we have throughout currently Utah and Colorado, and expanding to a neighborhood near you, hopefully soon. Today we are joined by our wonderful executive producer, founder of Champion Circle, the jubilant John Kovacs Jr. We have our other executive producer, the wonderful Willie Blake. Joining us also is the lovely Lauren Cobb, and I am the inkling of an idea, Ian Sturmer. Um, so today we are discussing and kind of wrapping up our discussion of incredible books, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And I think all of us started out saying mornings are icky. Mornings are rough, but mornings can make a miracle for us. So much of our life now is, are we going to be proactive or reactive? Are we going to just have to catch up on what's going on? Are we going to hit the ground running and know what's ahead of us? And that's what the Miracle Morning teaches us to do, how to take anywhere from 6 minutes to 60 minutes in the morning and take that time to center yourself, get yourself ready, prepared for the day, and becoming proactive. So it's been an eye opener for me, because one of my old favorite sayings is, what can you expect from a day that starts with waking up in the morning? It's much more fun if you can sleep till noon, but then nothing gets done. So as we wrap this up, we're kind of going to go around the table here and talk about one or two things that this book has really influenced us with. What have we learned from it? What changes have we made? How has it made an impact on our life? And I've been talking for a little bit, but I'm going to start off anyway, so you can listen to me a little bit more. I think the biggest thing I got out of this book really is a mindset idea that I can make my morning something to look forward to. Now, I don't necessarily jump out of bed excited, as Mr. Elrod promises in the book that we're going to, but I'm working towards that. But I'm realizing that if I take a couple minutes in the morning to stop and center myself, to do that, the aspiramus, the silence, the meditation, and whatever way we do it, for me, it's just a little bit of time to say, this is my day. This is me. I'm in control of this. I don't need to be just blasted with everything going on in the world the second I open my eyes. I can take a time for me to be selfish for 1 minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever I feel like that day, and know that I'm in control. And when I start the day in control of myself, the whole day I'm in control. I have that mindset that it's my choice what I'm doing. So I'm going to say that's the biggest first thing I got from this book, is a realization that I'm in control. I have a choice. I can do what I want to. I can be proactive the way I want to. Doesn't mean nothing's going to pop up that I have to figure out and put out fires, but I know that I'm doing it then, instead of it doing it to me. So I'm going to leave you with that thought about the Miracle Morning, that I'm in control of my life and you guys are in control of your life. And that starts with when you open your eyes in the morning, take control at that point. So with that, we can kind of go around the virtual table here and share some thoughts. So I know we all have different images on the screen. This may not be the same as our viewers at home, but going clockwise, I have the wonderful Mr. Willie Blake, the next one clockwise under me. So I'm going to turn a little time over you to share your Willie's words of wisdom. I'm getting this alliteration thing this morning in case you didn't notice.
I'm like, dude, you're on fire. Keep going. Oh, you're so right. We had a kid about a month and a half ago, which sounds crazy to think it was a little bit over a month ago. And I got in this habit of, because I was taking care of the baby at night, waking up at like 8:30, 9:30. And when the kids would wake up earlier, just give them a tablet to go in the corner and watch their Bluey or Mickey Mouse Fun House or whatever it may be. Well, after a couple of weeks, when I tried to get back onto my schedule, it was hard. But it was like a day after day, having people to support me, going to bed at a decent time instead of scrolling through my phone on social media, doing doom scrolling for 2 hours or playing a game. It got into that rhythm again. And so what I love about Miracle Morning and what Hal has for everyone, because he has many more resources out there, was simply the consistency aspect of it. But more importantly, it's the just start doing it a little by little and planning it into your life. And so he has the acronym SAVERS, and one of the things is the exercise or the active portion of it. I've been doing that every morning. And so there's this weird TikTok fad thing out there that's like the 30-30-30, which is within 30 minutes, have 30 grams of protein and get on and do low activity, exercise activity for 30 minutes. And I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks. The first day, it was hard. Not as hard as I thought, but it was hard. The day after that was even harder. And the third day and fourth day were like the hardest. But then after that, it got to that point to where I woke up, went down, grabbed my protein shake, because goodness gracious, I love people who love breakfast. I don't love breakfast in the mornings. So I grabbed my protein shake and then just started walking on my treadmill. And the morning just started flowing more better. I then added meditation, and then added 10 pages of reading a book, and it just kept flowing from there. So what I love about it is that Hal's like, just start your morning off right. And when you start your morning off right, the rest of the day is going to go well. So with Willie's words of wisdom, it's start super small, start with one thing, whether it be a TikTok fad or something you just want, and go for it. Because after a week, you're not going to see much of a difference. But after several weeks, after a month or a year, that consistency aspect of it, your mornings are just going to be so beautiful. And with just like you said, the people who like mornings are most likely the ones that had to work themselves into liking the mornings. That was me for sure. And so, that little piece of wisdom is just start small, and you'll make it beautiful just with consistent action.
Love that. Thank you. We're going to now see if we can have some lessons of living a lovely life from the lovely Lauren.
Thank you, Ian. You're quite the words this morning. I have really loved implementing the visualization. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Visualizing my mornings and my days. I feel I'm much more productive, and when I visualize myself being productive, I actually am more productive. I don't know if it works for anybody else, because I have a sense of accomplishment already, like, oh, I've accomplished something. I know I'm going to be able to do this, So visualizing me accomplishing my tasks in the day helps me actually do it. So visualization is really big on my part. And also being thankful, the gratitude, that usually we all think to end our day with gratitude. And we usually start out the day kind of like, oh, I pray, right? So when I'm praying, I'm grateful for the good night's sleep I had. I'm grateful for this or that. I'm not in the mornings, I'm usually not giving a big gratitude prayer. And so that has been helpful for me to be able to sit and really ponder and visualize as well the things I'm grateful for to start my day off, rather than end my day that way. So it's been fun with that.
Yeah, love that. That just kind of hit me too about the gratitude in the morning. I'm working on doing that as well. And if I start my day thankful for what I have, the day is good. And you find what you're looking for. And when you look for gratitude, you find gratitude. You find things you can, I'm saying gratitude too much, things to be grateful for.
Right. Yeah, it gives your whole day a different feel to it when you're able to do that. I may not be grateful. My kid woke up at 3 a.m., or I have to take a puppy out to go potty at 2 a.m. But I'm grateful I'm alive, and I'm grateful we have a dog, I'm grateful for those things. So you just got to look for the bright side. But overall, like, being grateful for more deeper things, not just focusing on the surface level, right? So, like, I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to sit and think about those things, right? Like, some points in my life, I wasn't able to slow down like that and be able to sit and ponder. And, so I'm grateful that I'm able to do those things now. I've come to a point mentally in my life where I can slow down. And that's a big thing. So thinking not just surface level, but taking it deeper. And that's been fun for me.
Yeah, love that. Thank you. And we'll finish our circle here with how John jumpstarts into a joyous journey of life.
Oh, I do jumpstart a joyous life
Yeah.
every morning with a heart full of gratitude. I love everything that you all said. And if there's anything that I can really add to this is that it really is interesting. You can't be a morning person and an evening person because your mornings will suck. Sorry to say the S word, but they
Yeah.
will suck if you stay up too late. And so you've got to make a choice, and you can't have both. You can't have, unless you're like a daytime sleeper, then I'm way off. But I'm just assuming for the general majority of the universe that most people go to bed at night and they wake up in the morning. But either way, the most important thing to realize is that your miracle morning is a suggestion for it to be a morning because you will be more productive in your quote unquote morning, aka the first hour within you waking up. And that's really what they're stressing. But it doesn't mean that you can't achieve your miracle morning throughout the day. And it doesn't mean that you can't achieve it in the evening as well. But sometimes you got to make a choice. And that was a hard one for me because I like evenings. That's where a lot of my creative thinking happens. But mornings is also where my best use of my energy is. And so I spend a lot of time juggling which day or which night I'm going to fulfill my stuff. And a lot of people also will get caught up on the idea that they have to do all of their savers, the acronym savers, within one go. And you've got to train yourself to be okay. I've been on this discussion lately about giving yourself grace because you don't want to over perfect yourself, meaning don't get the analysis, the paralysis of the analysis in you, where if you can't do it all in one sitting, you give yourself guilt and shame, and it's self-applied guilt and shame, so that you can't achieve those thoughts. You've got to be able to realize that you might be able to do your meditation or your silence in the morning, but then you can't do your reading or your journaling until late at night. Okay. But just being able to find what works for you is vital. We wanted to just briefly cover some applications and some resources of this book, and something that I've really enjoyed and I appreciate, because I like resources. I like when people provide, other options of fulfilling and applying books. And you'll find with a lot of self-help books and a lot of self-transformation books that they don't have many resources. Your resource is looking through the book. But Hal Elrod's done a really great job of just making this an absolute game changer for a lot of people. And I highly recommend, if you really need like a companion that will send you notifications and help you, Hal does have a mobile app called the Miracle Morning app. And I purchased it. It was like $40 for the year or something like that. And I purchased it and tried it, and it was awesome. I mean, it gave me options, like if I wanted to watch a 6-minute video that incorporated all of the savers in one morning, and I could do it in 6 minutes. And I loved that, because he would have a prompt and he would have something to help you. So if you're like short on time, but you want to get your morning started right, he'll give you 60 seconds of exercise, 60 seconds of meditation, calmness, and then writing and journaling and reading. And then the rest you have to do on your own. But it's a very, very effective app. So yes, I highly endorse the Miracle Morning app as a resource if you'd like that extra resource. Sending some money your way, Mr. Hal. Pay us with tips and love, and make a guest star appearance, and we'll accept you. I'm just kidding. And then last I want to share is, something I just found. If you need inspiration, if you need that extra kick in the bum to get started or move forward, pick up a copy of the book. I have my copy here. You can listen to the audio book. You can do what you need to. And I've just found that it's a very positive and uplifting book, no matter what. If you're a reader or a listener, the voice behind the recording is Hal himself, and he has such an inviting voice. If you read the book, the words are actually really positive, and there's not a single negative in this book, which I think is very, I don't know how to say it other than, without bringing in the darkness, a lot of people shine the light to give you a perspective. He's just a pure beam of light, and there's not a lot here. The only thing he talks about in the dark way is his past and his life. So you can relate to the tragedies that he's been able to overcome. And also, one other free resource is that there's actually a Miracle Morning movie, apparently, and I just learned this. But in the book, he has a little advertisement for the Miracle Morning movie and how you can change lives and how it has changed lives over the years. So I highly recommend this. And as we kind of like wrap up our discussion of this book, again, we're here to just share our opinions, our thoughts, and applications. And I'll just share, in closing, for me, a brief testimony that I've been on and off the Miracle Morning a lot. I think actually the person who introduced me to this book was William Blake. And this was a great book for me to dive into, start to really understand better, and see from my own perspective the things I could do. And I have had so many profound moments. And if you're not a morning person, don't call it a miracle morning. Call it a miracle evening, or just call it your miracle, your daily miracle, because this has become a daily miracle method for me. And I have had profound moments where I was either talking to God, or I was meditating, or I was doing my visualization activity. That's how you say it, Lauren. During my visualization activity, just teasing Lauren, is that I have had the overwhelming sense of self-being, which another great book, Deepak Chopra, talks about the purpose and power of being, and that has become a reality for me, and I know it can for other people. The more you look inward, the more you'll see a greater earth, a greater universe, and a greater purpose in existence. And I have found that to be true in just a simple set of activities to help my day be much better than they have been. And has it led to ultimate success and greatness and wealth and blessings of abundance? In many ways, yes. And I promise that to our listeners and to everyone else. So give it a try. The worst that can happen is that you'll find a really cool new morning routine, and the greatest that you can experience is some of the abundance benefits that come from prioritizing yourself, your thoughts, and your miracle self every single day. No, I am complete.
Love that. Thank you. I'm going to have to step out for a second, so I'll let you guys continue.
Cool. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add, just based off of everything that was shared? And then we can sort of wrap up the show in just a few minutes. Any additional comments? Go ahead, Lauren.
I love how you hit upon that it doesn't have to be a miracle morning. Just implement these habits into your life and get them in every day, and it changes things, right? Like, it doesn't have to be this rigid thing. So implement them, and it'll benefit your life in any way.
Yeah.
So.
On the scale of good, better, best, right? Good is just doing them. And by doing the habits, no matter what, you will be able to change your life in many cool ways. The best, they recommend the morning. Why? Science, and go to chapter 2 and 3. There's a whole section on why. But don't allow shame and guilt to keep you from providing your daily miracles. So yeah, thank you for iterating that, Lauren.
Yep.
Yeah, to double down on that, that was the exact same thing I was going to say. To not worry so much about, like, doesn't have to be a miracle morning. It could be a miracle evening. It could be a miracle middle of the night. I know I worked at Walmart at 4 a.m. Like, it can be a miracle morning, middle of the night. But just start doing a few things. Right? Yeah, there's the best case scenarios, but you don't have to start with the best case scenarios. Just start. Because if you just start, then you'll eventually get there. Don't get hit what John said, that analysis paralysis of trying to hit everything at one time. It's just start with one, continue to add on, and you'll be so surprised what's going to happen in a year or two.
Love that. I want to kind of close out with two little thoughts as we were talking. One is, to me, this whole idea is about taking control, being proactive, setting up your day for you to be successful. And I love the 6-minute morning they talk about. I just got kind of thinking, sometimes I need to reset myself during the day. I'm going to keep that 6-minute reset idea, because at 3 p.m, I might be down and need to reset myself. I bet I could take 6 minutes and go through that 6-minute morning again and reset my whole day and take control of things again, to step back and be proactive again. So that was my first idea. Second one is a huge shout out to the author again, Hal Elrod. If anyone's listened to this and said that, well, yeah, but it's not going to work in my situation or in my job, well, go to Amazon or your favorite bookseller and type in The Miracle Morning, and you'll find that he has also written The Miracle Morning for real estate agents, The Miracle Morning for millionaires, The Miracle Morning for entrepreneurs, The Miracle Morning for parents, and The Miracle Morning for addicts, which I think are some great different ways that people may not think about how this can help some people in specific situations. There's also, in addition to the wonderful app that John has mentioned, of course, his website, themiraclemorning.com, has a huge number of resources. There's a Miracle Morning Planner, if you're into a paper planner to go through and follow. There's a Miracle Morning Journal. He is just marketing the heck out of this thing. But the more people that he can share his ideas that have helped us and help more people, that's what it's all about. If we can bring some happiness and joy into our lives and the lives of those around us, then it's a life well lived. And this is a book which has helped me to further my path along that way. So with that, I want to thank our listeners for listening to us today. Hopefully they or you have gained something from this, and hopefully we've helped align Mr. Elrod's pockets just a little bit more, because he deserves it for all that he has done. So in closing, again, thank you for listening to this episode of Champion Reads, brought to you by Champion Circle. You can find out more information at mychampionscircle.com. We would love to hear your comments, critiques, ideas, thoughts, haikus, whatever you want to send to us. You can reach us at info@mychampionscircle.com. Again, that is info@mychampionscircle.com. If you would like to participate with us, we would love to talk to you about that. And the more different perspectives and ideas and voices, the more we can all learn together from that. So with that, thank you, everyone. Again, thank you to our panelists and producers here. And we look forward to talking to you again in the next few days as we, drop here, or not mic drop, hint drop, foreshadowing, of looking next at diving deeper into the book, The One Thing. So if you don't know what The One Thing is, shame on you. Listen to us so you will find out. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, everyone.